At dawn, every egg begins a carefully controlled journey. Beyond the gate, the hatchery becomes a sealed industrial system. Every person and every surface is controlled before one egg goes inside. From the dock, each tray enters a clean chain of decisions.
Only the strongest shells move deeper into the hatchery. Inside the setter, heat and motion begin the long cycle of life.
Humidity is rising too fast.
Precision keeps the embryos safe through every hour. The final transfer marks the threshold of hatching.
Inside the shell, the first breath finally arrives. New life moves from heat into careful handling.
Every chick is measured before it leaves the hatchery floor.
Protection is added before the chicks ever leave the room.
From hatchery to broiler farm, the next stage begins.
Clean entry protects the flock from the start.
Confirmed.
Labels checked.
The brooder house turns fragile chicks into active growers.
Heat and airflow shape the first days of growth.
Automated feeding keeps every bird on the same growth rhythm. Air movement matters as much as feed and water.
Daily checks keep the flock growing evenly.
Data turns a barn into a controlled system.
The house hums with the rhythm of constant growth. Nutrition arrives in bulk, then moves house by house. Dry floors protect both bird health and barn hygiene. Even light is part of the broiler's daily rhythm. The birds now move from the growing houses toward harvest preparation. Every movement is planned before the flock leaves the farm. Inside the plant, every line feeds the next. Cleaning begins the plant's first controlled reset. The line sorts what will move forward and what will hold back.
Before transformation, the flock passes through a final pause.
Now the main machinery takes over. The plant turns raw supply into controlled output.
Automation keeps the line moving without interruption. Water and pressure strip away what the line no longer needs.
Temperature control prepares the product for the next stage.
Cold flow keeps the line stable before the main transformation.
This hall turns movement into precision.
A single handoff keeps the entire plant synchronized.
Manual skill still matters beside the machinery.
A final rinse keeps the flow clean and steady. Now the line becomes slower, sharper, and more exact.
Careful hands refine what the machines begin.
The plant cleans itself while production continues.
Order on the belt makes inspection faster and safer.
Packaging begins when the product is fully prepared. A clean handoff keeps the line continuous.
This is where the line becomes faster and more exact.
The plant now enters its most technical rhythm.
Automation now carries the line at full industrial speed.
Smart sorting keeps every line in the right channel.
Exact spacing makes fast packaging possible. The seal preserves freshness and prepares the pack for labeling. Every pack leaves with a traceable identity.
Only the packs that pass inspection move forward.
Cooling locks in the product's condition before storage. Cold air prepares the product for long handling. Packaging materials arrive before the product does. The final product settles into its shipping container. A clear code tells the story of every shipment.
Stacked correctly, the load is ready for the cold room.
Stacked correctly, the load is ready for the cold room. The warehouse holds the day's output until transport is ready.
Staging turns storage into movement.
Each loaded pallet becomes part of the outgoing supply chain.
The product leaves in a sealed chain of custody.
Quality control checks the product before it ever reaches customers.
Science confirms that the line performed as intended.
Once the lab approves it, the product can move forward. From lab clearance, the batch returns to its final industrial path. The packaging hall turns approved product into shipping-ready goods. Counting keeps every shipment accurate. Traceability finishes what packaging begins. The final human check keeps the line trustworthy. A secure wrap keeps the load stable through transit. Inventory closes the loop between storage and shipment. The dispatch lane turns stored output into moving cargo. Each pallet locks into the final transport pattern.
With the door sealed, the shipment leaves the factory behind. The final load now moves beyond the factory gates.
From here, the hatchery and broiler system stand as one machine. Every section work together to make the final output possible. This is the complete industrial journey from egg to broiler. A final seal locks the product for storage and transport.
Nothing leaves the bay until the batch is fully cleared.
Storage keeps the product stable until dispatch calls it forward.
Cold rows hold the Dale's finished output in order.
At the dock, storage turns back into shipment.
Inside the trailer, every pallet finds its fixed place.
The seal protects the load until it reaches the market.
The shipment leaves the factory as the line resets behind it. From gate to road, the product now moves beyond the plant.
This single campus performs the entire poultry cycle. Every building plays a role in the same controlled process. The factory watches itself while the line keeps moving.
Every scan confirms the product is ready for the next stage.
This is where the product gets its final industrial detail.
Traceability stays visible until the very end. The stack now becomes a single transport unit.
Cold storage waits quietly until dispatch needs the load.
The final scan clears the pallet for departure. Staging turns stored output into active shipment. The sealed load now belongs to the road.
One campus, many stages, one continuous production chain. And this is how modern factories produce chicken from start to finish. Subscribe for more inside manufacturing factory breakdowns.
The story ends, but the factory keeps moving.
A last human check confirms everything is ready. Cold storage waits until the last truck is ready. The trailer receives the final load for departure.
The finished product leaves behind a fully active factory. Every building has played its part in the same process. Subscribe for more inside manufacturing factory breakdowns. And that is the full industrial journey. One factory, many stages, one continuous story.
And this is how modern factories produce chicken from start to finish.